guys, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Lucretia. Hi, I'm Lucretia. I'm your host. I wouldn't say sponsor, but I'm your host. So, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the craft room. It's a mess, I know, I need to clean it, but overlook that. You see my whips behind me? That's my whip rack. Yeah, we got to do some work on that because, you know, I'm out of storage, but more on that later. But you'll see that dragon one hopefully this March, and another one. Hopefully. Again, we'll talk later. In case you're new here, welcome on in. Go get you some coffee. I have some coffee and sodas in the kitchen, and I think some tea. You know, make yourself at home. This is going to be a whip and chat. I'm going to catch you up. It's been about a month since I made my last video, and that was on my temperature project, which, oh my gosh, I need to get on the computer and jot down my temperatures on that. Yeah, one more thing to do. Welcome to my chaos. Come on in. I'm going to change the view, and we're going to work on my painting that I'm working on that I have on my table. It is my mystery kit, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's early enough. Everything else is covered. You're just going to see the one colorful section I'm working on. I will tell you it is mystery kit number 89 by Abraham Hunter. He is one of my favorite artists. I have a lot of favorite artists, but he is one of my favorite artists. He does a lot of landscapes, countryscapes. I'm not going to say what this one is. I do know what it is, but, you know, out of keeping it a secret and a surprise for someone that may not know and wants to keep it a surprise, you will be seeing a section of 89. It's colorful. You probably won't be able to tell what it is. But, you know, spoiler, you might see a square. Ooh. Don't worry, it's not enough. The rest of it is bordered with mystery release paper, so... You know, if you figure it out, just don't tell people. Go get you some coffee, something to drink. I've had the sniffles. Hubby's getting sick. And, you know, I've got notes. I'm a crafter in southwestern Missouri, so, you know, I yap a lot. I like telling about what I'm doing. I'm doing stuff at the library. I'm active in the library system now. That's a good thing. We have a new bookstore in my little town down on the square. Well, not really on the square, but on the main drag of town. I live in a town that, you know, if you blink, you've driven through it. So, down on Main Street, we have a new bookstore, and they have activities. But I haven't been there a whole lot because their new book, or their used book that I got back for my birthday, $18 book, yeah, used. Yeah. Go back to my video on my birthday and back in November, and you can understand that one. But anyway, I'm gonna get you down and tell you all the stories, ramble at you. Like I said, I have notes. Not that they're gonna be in order, but hopefully I'll hit all the topics. Right. So here we go. There we go. See, I told you, you're not going to see a whole lot. One little square, and the rest is bordered by mystery paper. Now, this is diamond release, what they call release paper. And you see the little question marks. I belong to a group called the Diamond Tribe. Henceforth, why they're labeled Diamond Tribe. Where are you at? Center camera? There we go. Diamond Tribe. I am part of the Diamond Tribe. It is a Patreon group for diamonds and dragonflies, which is over on YouTube. And one of our members, her name is Sabrina, she owns and operates Bee's Crafty Corner. She makes these release papers. Now, she has all types of release papers. You can get them in all sizes. You can have mystery. You can have puppy dogs. These are just some of the ones I have here. And then you have a chicken one, which, ooh, that one was actually still chicken one. I've got this on Coop Sweet Coop. Where are you at? There we go. Coop Sweet Coop has these on them. But I needed a piece for a square, so that was it. Cover that one back up. So mine is bordered by purple question marks and one for Coop Sweet Coop. I guess I ran out of question marks. I don't know, but anyway. I just realized that. Oh well. Interesting tidbit. But anyway, go check her out at Bee's Crafty Corner. She's on Etsy. She has her own website now, Go Sabrina Go. She's got all sorts of artists, multiple different kinds of paper. You can get, different sizes of paper from small to big. You can get designed with like broken glass, halos, have it a 3D effect that looks like glass. It's really cool looking. I wish I had some of the ones here. Here's one of them. Hang on. It's a Christmas paper, but it has dots on it. You can kind of see the crazy bird with the hollow dots on it. That was supposed to look like snowflakes, right? See that kind of holographic dots? But anyway, you can make all sorts of cool papers. She can help you. By all means, go check her out. My other stuff that I'm using is a... Where did I get this pen? Oh, yes, it was from Vicki Peterson over at Lady Lathe. It is her first segmented pen that I won and bought off of her. It's pretty. It's purple. It's blue. It's white. Beautiful colors. And it's got metal tips on it. Basic tweezers, basic drills in Harbor Freight containers, and my drill tray is Black Dahlia. Let me see if I can find the cover to it, because it's got a really pretty cover. Here it is. It is my hot cocoa cover. Now, this is the winter collection. It says winter collection, and on the other side it says Black Dahlia Diamond Art. And she's over on Etsy. Now this does have, even though I'm not using the lid right now, but it does have the lid. It is my hot cocoa one, or her hot cocoa one. I do not know if the winters are still available, but y'all, she has started making these trays, and they're beautiful. She has a box of the month. But come to think of it, I need to order mine before she sells out of them. Her box of the month has the scent of the month, the Putty Hubby scent of the month, which her husband, Josh, helps her with and makes a scent. And then she has a special tray like this. Won't be this exact one. This was for winter, but she'll make a special tray, and you get a special cover minder. And something else, I think. I don't know. There's goodies. Go look it up on Etsy. Okay, Black Dahlia Diamond Art. You'll be glad you did. Anyway, that's what I'm using. That's what you'll be seeing in the background, foreground, whatever ground. Let's get going. I'm gonna go with letter N. Put my stopper in here before they pour the drills in here and yeah. They get running out the spout. I'm bad about that. So, let me catch you up on what's been going on the last couple of months. January, the first of the year, hit with a vengeance. Oh my goodness, it's hit with a vengeance. This is lowercase n, right? Yep, lowercase n. So, the library has been keeping me busy. December, we had... I answered the call for help for one of my library friends. She was like, hey, I am doing diamond painting keychains, and I have no idea how to diamond paint. And she knew that I had done a big, large diamond painting for the library for the tea party back in the fall. And she was asking me for help. So, of course, I'm willing to help her. She's the librarian that does all the book clubs and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, I'll help. What day is it going to be? And so I went up there and helped her and did the diamond painting keychains. They were little snowmen. They were so cute. I wish I had a picture of mine. But yeah, they were very pretty. January, I got to help the little kids. Well, not little kids. They were homeschooled kids. And so we did a craft for the homeschool kids. So I did Peanuts stickers, okay? Now they were really cute and barely had any left. Oh, that was a fun craft. interesting craft, but they were all well-behaved kids, all did great. And so February, I was like, Vicky, and Vicky's like, you know, you were in my group first. You need to do something for my group, because the one with the kids was a different librarian. So here I am with Vicky. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do one for your adults. Adult crafts, no biggie. And so we did one this last Saturday, for heart bookmarks, and I still have them in my car, but I haven't unloaded my car yet. But they turned out great. I had 28 people there. There was a lot of recommendation. They want to do it again, not just for our little projects, but they want to do it like whip and chat style, where they can bring their own projects at craft day, have a couple hours to work on their craft. I'm all for it. More than happy to do a whip and chat day. So it brings me a lot of love, a lot of happiness, knowing that I've shared my hobby with so many, and that there's so many diamond painters out there, and that maybe we're gonna get a club going. So, yay! I might have 28 new friends, and I know I already have a couple new followers, because some of them were like, "Hey, you need to start you a YouTube. We follow people on YouTube, and you need to start you a YouTube channel." I'm like, I'm already out there. And they're like, really? Who are you? Because I try not to publicize myself on, a whole lot of social media other than mine. But, like, my friends that have, YouTube channels, for, like, example, Diamonds and Dragonflies. She's a really good friend of mine. She's, she has her own channel. She has her own following. But I don't really feel like it would be appropriate for me to advertise my channel, even though she's told me I can. I just, it's like, no, that's your channel. Thank you for the publicity. I'm going to make it on my own, hopefully. So, anyway, while we're talking about, you do the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, and, yeah, let's get started with the whip and chat. Well, I mean, we're already starting with the whip and chat, but that's the library stuff. And, of course, I'm still doing book clubs. They are actually starting another book club for after hours. I don't know if I'm going to join that one or not. It sounds a little spicy. Sounds a little like, like Criminal Minds, but I like that kind of stuff every now and then. It kind of bothers my sleep, so maybe I should read it during the day, but, I might be joining another book club. You never know. And speaking of book clubs, my little city has a new bookstore. A very little bookstore, but it's a very little city. But anyway, it's called Morgan's Hollow. And again, it's where I got my $18 used book. Outrageously prices. So I hope they stay in business. I really haven't been back. They've been having a lot of activities on their page and whatnot. I just haven't really been back. I'd rather keep up with the library and my friends over at the library. So that's what I'm trying to do. We will see. We will see if we get approved to do the once a month diamond painting. So keep that in your thoughts and prayers, because I kind of hope to do that. I don't know if I should reach out to the other libraries or not. Maybe you just let word of mouth go to the other libraries. Hey, you have a diamond painter over there in Aurora. You need one over here. And speaking of libraries, I live in a small neighborhood, okay, that we have, I don't know, 6 or 7 little branch libraries combined to make one big library system. I went to an event yesterday. They were doing an event on the orphan trains that came through here back in the 1800s, 1850s, somewhere in there. It was very sad. It was very educational to learn, because I'm all about learning a bit of history about where I live, right? In southwest Missouri, and what it was known for. This used to be railroad towns up through here. So it was kind of interesting and to know that, a whole lot of farming communities basically farmers that were poor folk. We had our some business people, but it was a lot of farmers. And so I've done some research on different churches, um, different buildings, different. My friend's house that lives over there towards Mount Vernon. Their house used to be as a hospital for the soldiers back in the Civil War. I thought that was kind of cool. And some other things. Just found out, watching, well, not watching, but talking to my friend at the library, that the library building is like over 100 years old, and it has some interesting history. I don't know all the history, but it sounds, any kind of building like that would be interesting to research. So I may have to get up with my librarian buddy and find out the history of the library buildings. Now another one here in town is brand new, because they built it back in 2019, 2020. No, it was after COVID. It's only been open a year or two. 26, 24, I think, 23, 24, somewhere in there. They built the little library here in Monette, and got the new library. I'm not a huge fan of the new library. They have some interesting classes there once in a while. I look on it to see once a month to see who has interesting classes, because I just like to go. It gets me out of the house. A couple months ago, I went up there and watched them make jam. That was kind of interesting. I've always wanted to know how to do that. Now I kind of know how to do it. Yesterday, I went to learn about the orphan train in another one, in another little community library in the system. So it's nice to have different events. Always check out your local library. The library I go to the most has chair yoga. It has 2 book clubs, soon to be 3 book clubs. It has all sorts of stuff for the kids, homeschooling stuff for the kids. All sorts of events coming through. We have authors coming in and chatting with us. We just recently, last week, got to meet with Michelle Greep, who wrote of many things. This one is called Of Golden Shadows. Now, I haven't read this one, but that's the author's name is Michelle Greep. She's a really sweet lady. She writes historical fiction, or historical romance and inspirational. So she was at my inspirational book club. So she puts a lot of, there's religion in the book. There's finding your way and God leading you, and it's inspirational. It's historical romance, because there's always a good guy and a bad guy, and the guy usually always gets the girl. So far from what I've read, always gets the girl, but not necessarily, things could change. But what I like about her is she has actually vacationed she writes a lot of her stuff in like England and London, and like this book here is based in 1888 Victorian England, okay? She's actually gone to England and researched a lot of these places, buildings, culture that went on in that period. So she's very knowledgeable about her books and how they came to be and the stories that she writes. Very, very sweet lady. Love her to death. Love it when we have an author. And we've met other authors as well. I can't think of their names, but during the summer they usually try to have a couple authors. We had class on sourdough bread making. We've had different kinds of plants to plant during spring, summer, winter, fall. What to do for winter, yada yada. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. Check out your local library. You will be glad you did. And usually it's all free. So, just a heads up. You can't find something to do, check out your library. Okay, enough plugging for the library. Um, what have I been up to myself? Well, the last month or two has been kind of rough with health issues. I've been having a bad episode of the dizziness, the vertigo, very bad, and I don't like it. I really don't like it because that usually means I'm not doing anything and I'm laying on the couch taking my extra medicine, and it makes me drowsy, so I don't like to do. I don't drive. I try not to drive when I'm feeling like that. More and more I've had to push myself through it just so I can get out of the house and get a break from what's going on at the house, or just because I need to go to the library and do a class on diamond painting, which, I can do sitting down for the most part, and go in and tell them how to diamond paint, show them how to do it. Most of them this last Saturday, they knew how to do it, so they were wonderful. Easiest class I've taught yet. So, of course, they had all gone to my December class. So it was like, hey, I remember you from December. So it was fun. The dizziness is not fun. And yes, I have gone to the doctor. Before you yell at me too much. Yes, I have gone to the doctor. I have made him aware of my issues, of course. He has changed my medicine a little bit. And maybe that's what has, flared it up. I'm trying to get adjusted to the new meds, new dosage, yada yada. Maybe that's what flared up. But now here we're coming in towards the end of February. I think next week is the end of it. And I'm finally feeling better. Usually it doesn't take that long to get readjusted to the meds, but man, this one threw me for a doozy. A dizzy doozy. But I'm finally feeling better. Which is good because Valentine's Day, it was also my anniversary. 27 years, y'all. Can I get a woo-woo? 27 years with Quincy. This last year has been very challenging. But hopefully we are getting behind that. We are still, like any couple, we're still having some issues. Hopefully they're calming down. He still has his good days and bad days. And I remind him when he comes home in a bad mood, I was like, take that grouch back outside. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. He comes home grumbling about work. And I get it. He's been stressed about his work. He works. Oh, I thought that was Quincy walking in and it was Mojo. I'm like, hey? I was like, I don't know how much he wants me to talk about his work, but his work is kind of being threatened a little bit. They want to go for contract workers that they don't have to pay insurance and all the benefits that a full-time worker has. They get paid, but they only get paid like per day rather than like Quincy would get paid hourly plus overtime plus medical. You'd have to have your own medical, and it's a headache. The company is going through some changes. Quincy is kind of worried about his job, which I kind of understand, and I kind of don't, but, I can't see a company like that working on just all contract crews. Now, I don't know all the deal about contract crews, so I don't know all the deets, but, I hope Quincy says his job is safe. Not a lot of people want to do what he does. He does the IT part and keeps the machinery running for the chicken hatchery. And so he is able to go in and look up the program that controls the hatchers and the setters and the temperatures and the humidity and when they come out. And I don't understand it all, but that's what he does. Okay. He can get on his computer and tell you that, hey, the chiller went down and it's been down for 2 days and no one's reported it. That's why we lost so many chickens. Again, I don't understand all of it, but that's his department. That's what he does. He says no one else really wants to do it, and his job is fairly safe. But then last night we were looking on. Him and his coworker had called him up and said, "Hey, our jobs are on the contract crew website." So they were supposed to have a meeting today. I hope it went good. I haven't heard anything. Good, bad, ugly. Hubby did say that if his job got threatened, he was going to move back to Arkansas, if he could. Let's see. There's no new messages from him. So I still don't know anything about any more of his job, how the meeting went, yada yada. So I don't know. Hopefully it went good. I really don't want to have to move to Arkansas, even though it's my home state. Kind of like Missouri. I have book clubs here. I have my diamond painting pals here. I'm starting to go to church again. Quincy's not, but because he works Sunday, but, I'm starting to go to church again. And, it was kind of funny because he's off on Mondays, right? And so he's been volunteering at this local church, which just so happens to be the same church I'm going to. No, he did not realize that until yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday. He was like, okay, we're gonna go up here and volunteer at the food pantry at this church. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I knew that the pantry existed. I didn't think I was physically able to do, stuff. I can't walk around and check people in. I can't lug heavy boxes. But I did get to sit there and chat with the women, so I guess that's a win-win. We helped fill boxes, maybe. I guess that's a step that needs done. But I helped fill boxes yesterday, which is a good thing. I don't know how many people drove through that pantry. But I didn't see everyone that drove through the pantry. Quincy was in there slinging stuff in cars for people. And it was kind of funny. We were going in the church, and of course the pastor's office is like right after you enter the front door. And so he goes in, checks with the pastor. He's like, hey, I brought my wife here. She's going to help out too. And he's like, okay, cool. And of course this is the same church I've been going to since December, right? Sorry, get me a swig. So they started having Christmas programs for Christmas, and I started going back and getting back into the church. And it's the same church I've been going to. Didn't tell Quincy I'd been going back to church. Perhaps I should have, because my bubble got busted. Out comes the pastor, and he's like, "Hey, Lucretia, how you doing?" And Quincy's looking at me. He's looking at the pastor. He's like, You know the pastor of this church? And the pastor's like, oh yeah, she's been coming since about December. We had our Christmas program. And I just looked at the pastor's like, ew. And the pastor caught on. He's like, oh, did Quincy not know you were coming to church? I'm like, nope. Just kind of got busted. He's like, well, it's a good kind of busted. I'm like, yeah, I just hadn't, told Quincy I was going back to church yet, because we left the church, we got burned out, and some other things happened. Just massive burnout. I'll just leave it at massive burnout. And we were pretty much leading the church, and we didn't feel like we needed to lead the church. The pastor should have led the church. So, and I didn't believe the pastor was preaching the correct message. And so we left. We got burned out. Hubby's hours had changed. He couldn't go to church anymore. He couldn't run the sound system. We told them they were changing. We trained the new person. They left. And so, yeah, it's a headache. But now I'm starting to go back to church, and the pastor came out and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I know your wife. She's been coming here." Queen's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's I've been coming here for the last month or so." I was like, "It's close to the house, and they have good services, and plus they have a good online." If I'm having a bad dizzy Sunday, like in the mornings, I'm usually pretty dizzy. I can listen to their deal on the TV or YouTube. That a lot of churches have been doing ever since COVID, where you can do it online, where you can watch it online. And granted, some were doing it before that, but a lot of the churches have really, really started doing that. And so that's what I do. Now, I do try to go up there when I can, when I do feel like it. Hadn't been too often here lately, but this month, but, I do need to get back with it. I have been enjoying it. I'm not teaching, I'm not running the sound, I'm just there doing Bible study, listening to some songs, happy. Learning and happy. And that's what I need to try to be more of, is happy, find stuff to do, find stuff to occupy my time, and keep myself happy, because my depression has really gotten a hold of me this last little month, since I've been dizzy and haven't been able to do anything. It has really done a number on it. And I'm kind of tired of it. I want my life back, so I'm trying to take it back. So wish me best of luck on that. Now, let me get another swig. I think I've got you up on all through, checking my notes here, all the way through February-ish. Okay, I think. I mentioned a lot of that stuff. Okay. Moving into March. Moving into March with my next color. As you know, I took a little bit of a break, mental health break, from January to most of February. Had me some issues. We discussed that. Now I'm coming back in full force. During this time, I still bought pictures, okay? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8 pictures that I need to unbox. Events that I still want to do. I'll tell you the different events I would like to do. Hopefully my plans for the rest of the year. I don't know how good we'll do them. I am going to try to slack off a little bit, and not slack off, but, how to say it right, not do quite so much, because, I think I got overloaded with stuff, and that's easy to do with all the events and activities and diamond paintings. You want to do it all, right? You want to buy everything you can and do it all. That comes with a hefty price, not just in where to put all the stuff, but money-wise, hobby-wise, you want to participate in all the events, so you want to try to get a kit for all the events, and there's a lot of events, and this isn't even part of them that I'm going to chit-chat with you about. This is just kind of what I'm looking at for the next, it'll take it into the year, but my idea of hopefully what I can accomplish. I'm not going to set goals because, January just done busted those, and that was the spoon, wasn't it? That spoon. And, yeah, it just, January busted it. It went out the window, but I do need to try to get back on top of things. I am being missed in the community, and they want to see me happy and healthy and okay. And I'm working on it. Work in progress, right? Whip in progress. But let me tell you what I've kind of got planned out for the rest of the year. And, you're welcome to work along with me. If you need a new group of friends, I highly recommend the Diamond Tribe. But here's what I got planned. Trying to make my comeback. Now, the Diamond Tribe has paint-alongs. Every month we have a different topic. I do have some of them wrote down. Hang on, I lost my spoon. Spoon, right there. So, watch that be Quincy. Hold, please. Be a delivery person. Be a delivery person. Package delivered. I'm not expecting a package. So anyway, I don't know what package delivered. I'm not expecting a package. Weird. Okay. My thing is messing up. Shush, doggies. Anyway, let me finish this up before I do get interrupted. So, coming up on March, the group that I'm in, the Diamond Tribe, is going to be they do monthly DP alongs, right? Right. So, March is, you can do flowers, landscapes, baby animals. I have let me see, where is it? My first spring baby bear. Remember this from last year? There's the picture. The baby bear with the flowers and the landscape fits perfectly for that one. So that's what I'm going to be working on for March. Also in March, they have another Spangler-a-thon along for Randall Spangler pictures. I'm going to try to work on Zoom again. And of course, you see me trying to work on my mystery kit, although I'm not getting much accomplished. I'm trying to make a video in the process. But that's what I'm planning on doing for March. Let me flip the page, and I'll tell you about the rest of the year. Now, hubby has told me, because he's worried about his job, he has told me, hey, try not to buy a whole lot because, I may lose my job. He's worried about money and bills and his job and yada yada. So I'm trying to do a no-buy. So I'm trying to work with what I got. So, for April, for the Diamond Tribe, it's bunnies, chicks, or raindrops. I don't know if I have anything that relates to that. Also, this year is the year of the horse. I may just kit up a Prindle. Maybe I can find a horse playing in the raindrops. I think I have one of those. And let's see. We'll see. April's not here yet. May, Just Breathe is the Mental Health Awareness Month. My friend Heather always does a deal with the Diamond Tribe to help support mental health awareness. Most of us, a lot of people have mental health issues, okay? Mental health has affected a lot of people. Just about everyone knows someone that has had it. There's a lot of different conditions. You may have, like I have my mental issue is anxiety and depression. Some people may have PTSD. Some people may have multiple personality disorders. Some people may have, there's a host of other issues. I think I have a friend. I haven't talked to her in forever. She may have passed away, but I don't know. She is schizo. She has schizophrenia. And so she goes a little crazy off the deep end, and I don't always talk to her, but I hope she's still out there and still hanging in. I don't really go associate with her much because she just half the time doesn't know who I am anymore. But there's all sorts of mental awareness. It can happen to adults. It can happen to kids. It can happen to teenagers. There's so much bullying in the school system. Even though they say they're not being bullied, y'all, the teenagers are still at risk, okay? They are fighting peer pressure. They are fighting trying to grow up in this world. They are trying to figure out their way. They may have problems at home. Who knows? There's lots of issues. So we're going to try to support mental health awareness and do that. Now, I think that is over there with Heather's Patreon. Of course, it's the Diamond Tribe. So you do have to be part of her Patreon to partake of it. But go check out the details over there on Facebook, Diamonds and Dragonflies. Also on YouTube. I'll put the link down below if I remember to do that. I never remember to do that. July. That brings us to July-ish. Another one of my friends, the Black Dahlia that I mentioned with the trays, she is doing a What's Your Sign? Now, I meant to do this last year. I don't have it kitted up, but I'm hoping I get some of my whips done where I can kit it up. Because I'm out of storage. I have a Scorpio kit over there from Dakota Dateweiler. And I would like to do that for her. What's her sign? Hopefully. August? Now, I don't know what all is going on the rest of the year for WP whip-alongs with the Diamond Tribe. The rest of the year hadn't been figured out. But August is Micathon. Another friend. I helped her with it last year. It was a lot of fun. I need to get a kit for that, though. I need to sneak a kit in somehow, some way. But that gives me a couple months, so we'll see. I'm going to do some dog setting and save up some money and get me one. So I need to get a kit for that, for Micah Jelena. That is held by my Jenny Rose pal over there on Etsy. She has the tumblers that I usually drink. Now, I'm using a coffee cup today, but I do have a lot of tumblers, but most of them are dirty. I need to do dishes. That brings us to September. I want to do the Chuck-along again. I have not done it in a couple of times, and I love Chuck Penson's artwork. And I would just like to do another Chuck Penson and do the Chuck-along, because it's another lady I like to follow, Mindy, over there at Diamond Moments on Facebook and on YouTube. Mindy's Diamond Moment, I think, is the name of her channel. She does a really good job with the Chuck-along. Now, am I going to help sponsor? No. But I would like to participate. You guys know how slow I am. That brings us to October, November. Nothing has really been... I mean, none of this has been confirmed yet. This is just my ideal plans. October, November is fall and Halloween. I've got tons of kits to do. I don't know what I'll do yet. December brings us to December and a Chrisabug event, another friend event that I want to participate and play with. And I got this purely by accident, and then I noticed the artist. And this is one of the unboxings you can look forward to. It is, I'm not going to pronounce it right, Freya of the Valkyries. Who remembers an 80 kid show named She-Ra? Okay, now doesn't this picture remind you of, where is it? Other end. There we go. Doesn't that lady with the sword remind you of She-Ra with the outfit and the little thing in her hair? Yeah. All you need is Swiftwind to show up. But anyway, I looked at the artist and I thought, well, why did I get that? And I was like, oh yeah, it has the She-Ra vibes. And then I looked at the artist, it was Chrisabug. And I'm like, my friend does a Chrisabug thing towards the end of the year. Maybe I can get some of this stuff off my desk and whips done and where I can partake in it. So that's kind of what I'm planning on for the rest of the year. Now, plans are always subject to change, with me especially. And of course, now I need to get back on the computer and do my temperature approach. I haven't even started that. Haven't even kitted it up. I need some storage done. I need to get some stuff done so I have some storage. But that's my plans. Now, whether or not those plans come true or not, we shall wait and see. But that's my ideas. So, after hearing all that, do you still want to stick around? I hope so. I hope so. It's still going to be a fun year. I'm not going to be doing as many unboxings, although I still have like 6 or 7 to unbox. But follow me along in my diamond art adventures, in my personal adventures, in my new diamond art club at the library, the book clubs at the library that I'm going to be part of, that I might be part of, that I'm already a part of 2 of them, and maybe a 3rd. You never know. You never know with me. I like to read. I like to listen to my audiobooks. Usually I would be listening to one now, but I'm making videos. I'm trying to come back, y'all. So, welcome me back. Look forward to talking to you much as I do. And as I try to always do, let me switch back to me. Hang on. There we go. Switch back to me for a minute because I'm going to bid you adieu. But as I try to do at the end of every video, take care of your mental health, okay? You got to take care of this. You've got to. No one else can do it for you. You've got to do the work, whether it's going to counseling, getting on medicine, doing something fun, doing something creative, going to a book club, doing a craft, listening to music, watching a movie, going for a walk. Hundreds of other things you could do. Take care of you and your brain. You've got to. You've just got to. Okay? Take the time to smell the roses. Take the time to enjoy life. Because we only get one trip around the sun. We got to make it count. Okay? And you just got to take care with what you have. And do the best you can with what you have. And I need to take my own advice on that and get myself in a more positive mindset, and be happy. And I am sorry I've been gone. I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming back with a vengeance. So let's go. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Remember, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Bye.